Exactly 2 minutes past the hour of 10 p.m. this 21st day of December. Welcome to the UBC News Tonight. My name is Wadulo Arnold Mark, and let's take a look at the headlines. President opposes the use of steel sleepers on railways. General Jim Muhwezi assures the public of tight security during the holidays. Government to hold officials accountable for unfilled positions and delayed projects. And furthermore, Katiki Romaiga urges journalists to uphold their integrity in reporting. Once again, thank you for joining us. We now give you the news in detail. In our top story, President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni has launched the newly constructed Kampala-Mukono railway line, a crucial infrastructure project aimed at improving Uganda's transport system. The 26.8-kilometer railway line, valued at over 19 million euros, was inaugurated in a colorful ceremony in Chentume, Mukono district. Let's have a look at the details.
President Yoweri Museveni has emphasized the importance of railway transport in boosting trade and reducing the costs of goods and services.
To work very hard to get the money so that you can get more trains, more locomotives, the ones you are talking about, and the wagons, and extend to Chengera, to Bujuko, to Port Bell, then this side eventually to Lugazi and eventually Mukono. So I will support the taking of the money from the Spanish government to finish this part from here to Lugazi and then to Jinja.
The president family opposed the use of steel sleepers on the railway line, citing numerous challenges associated with them. Instead, he advocated for the use of high-quality concrete sleepers, which are produced locally in Uganda.
But if they don't want, because we have already set up a factory for cement, so there will be no metal sleepers. There is steel, and we already have a factory, so don't accept that, please.
Furthermore, President Museveni directed the residents of Chagwe to identify land for the construction of a new abattoir, emphasizing that Kampala is no longer suitable for such activities.
There in Kampala, buchafu bwerere buli eyo.
Your Excellency, ettaka weeriri siriika 5.75 n'ebyapa 2.2 Mukono district government. Era mukama wange ettaka eryo lyagulibwa wansi wa Ministry of Agriculture, tulikuumye bulungi, teriiko wadde encroacher n'omu mukama wange.
Okay.
Yes,
nze nabazimbira tanare Kawumu ekola ku maliba, kati neetaaga amaliba, kati ngafuna okuva mu Kampala abaleeta obukyafu naye kati mubaloopye mbadde simanyi mbadde sibifuddeeko.
The Minister of Works and Transport, General Katumba Wamala, praised the project for helping reduce road congestion and accidents, while also creating employment for Ugandans. He noted that 95% of the workforce employed during construction were locals.
We move every morning and evening about 650 people at a go. Now, if you take that in terms of taxis, those are about 46 taxis off the road. So we are saving people to move from 46 taxis and within 40 minutes from here to Kampala. And those yet to come, lady transport will help our people to retain some disposable income, because here we charge about 3,000, as you heard from the chairman. It's a subsidized rate, but it's because, again, as you said one time, it was a mistake even to give away the railway line, because it's more than just commercial thing, it's a service.
The Uganda Railways Construction Board Chairman Alhaji Wagudu Dakaba briefed the President on the corporation's financial challenges, including a 266 billion shilling debt owed to the government, which he highlighted as a crucial to the entity's operations.
You've made attempts to help us get this money. Twice you've directed that this money be paid. This was money amounting to 243 billion accruing from the sale of Zambia land and 23 billion from the flyover access. This has not been forthcoming and has...
The launch of the Kampala-Mukono railway line marks a significant milestone in Uganda's efforts to mobilize its transport sector, with expectations to stimulate economic growth and improve mobility for citizens. State Minister for Works, Fred Byamukama, witnessed the high-level event in Chetumye, Mukono district. This report was compiled by Jamil Sekaja and Juma Nsamba for UBC News.
President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni has urged the residents of Chagwe not to subdivide their land, as this has led to young people selling off portions to buy motorcycles. He emphasized that agriculture is the foundation of Uganda's economy and owning land is essential for prosperity. The State Minister for Youth and Children Affairs, Balam Barugahare, represented President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni at the graduation ceremony of Chitebi Senior Secondary School.
President Yoweri Museveni has called upon Chagwe residents to preserve their land and refrain from fragmenting it. He stressed that agriculture and livestock are essential drivers of Uganda's economic development. In a message delivered for him by the State Minister for Youth and Children, Dr. Balam Barugahare, the President cautioned parents against marrying off their children when they are still too young. He noted that government has introduced affordable education options to ensure a brighter future for the youth.
The President has emphasized this message of empowerment, of the parish development model message is encouraging people not to sell their land, not to partition their land, families should not partition their land. He has also called upon the people of this village to focus on the cash crop, to use their land well, focus on cash crop, not to grow sugarcane if you have less land, instead to grow coffee, which has more return on investment than sugarcane. Has also requested the people of this village in Mukono not to marry off their children at a tender age. Let the children utilize the available free primary education, free secondary education, and also the free presidential institute, which is located just a few kilometers away from here in Kayunga, to focus and attain skills so that they can sustain their future marriages in case they want to marry. Then too, he has given the youth, the young people in Mukono, to stop alcoholism and drug abuse. Alcoholism and drug abuse is leading most of these young people off the road, so they need to remain on the road.
Officiating the event, Haji Muhammad Kamulegaya expressed his commitment to serving his community as a councillor. He highlighted gaps in service delivery and vowed to work towards addressing them.
His Excellency the President Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who has enabled us to complete this successful course, the back course. We are very optimistic that we shall use the knowledge and wisdom. Society and law are inseparable. Nsuubira amagezi genfunye mu matendekero ag'enjawulo njaga kozesa okusobola okubeera nga ngatta eggwanga lyaffe Tafari.
The head of Judicial Service Commission, Haji Wagwa, commended Kamlegaya for his professionalism and humility. Kamlegaya's father, Haji Hassan Mugerwa, expressed pride in his son's achievements, noting that he had exceeded family expectations. Different religious leaders, educationists, and the head of Judicial Service Commission attended the event.
The Chief Justice Alphonse Wadulo has commended the tremendous work done by government permanent secretaries in ensuring that they allocate funds in their respective entities and they are used efficiently. He made these remarks while officiating the permanent secretaries' end-of-year dinner held at the Judiciary headquarters in Kampala.
The permanent secretary end-of-year dinner was filled with joy as permanent secretaries from various government entities gathered at the Judiciary headquarters in Kampala. The event was hosted by the permanent secretary to the Judiciary, Dr. Pius Sibijirimana. The dinner was graced by the Chief Justice Alphonse Wadulo, who acknowledged the outstanding work done by the permanent secretaries.
I look for a single permanent secretary who is not a good writer, by the way. You were a very good prose, very good prose. I think because you always write. Yes, the more obvious are the industries and what have you. But if you don't have a strong civil service, if you do not have a strong public service, and what makes the civil service strong are the people I'm talking. You don't get much in industries. But in terms of if they put down policy, if they advise you and you really want to get advice, you get it with heads of public or civil service.
Wadulo applauded the efforts of the permanent secretaries, highlighting their role in ensuring the optimal use of funds allocated to their respective entities.
And many times people think that it's because the leadership of the civil service or public service are corrupt. I think it's not really that. It's that the technical people, the professional, the people who come are so unscrupulous and curiosity to the administration. I think that. And there's when they come with figures, with designs, and they confuse everybody. You hold a very important position as permanent secretary. Why would you allow public funds or you allow the taxpayers' money? It has to be wasted. Either you dip your beak into that beaker, or you sit and allow things to play out without your full participation.
The head of civil service, Luth Nachobe, praised the accomplishments of the permanent secretaries in the year 2024 and expressed optimism for even greater achievements in the year 2025.
Such as timely delivery of key projects like this one, the judicial offices. We have seen cost-effective solutions that have been laid out in a number of sectors. And while we celebrate these milestones, let us also not forget and we recognize that there is still a lot to achieve.
However, Nachobe urged the permanent secretaries to maintain accountability and integrity in their actions.
You have continued to ensure the effective formulation and implementation of policies that positively impact the lives of Ugandans. Let us take pride in what we have accomplished together. And as we enter into 2025, let us also recommit to the public service values of integrity, transparency, accountability, and service excellence.
The Permanent Secretary to the Judiciary, Dr. Pius Bigirimana, highlighted some of the major achievements within the judiciary, including the accomplishment of Supreme Court and Court of Appeal buildings. Bigirimana noted that these projects will save the government 6 billion shillings annually.
And we succeeded doing this again because of strict, there were no variations. The contingency which was in the budget helped us to put up these two conference halls. But we shall also save more, because starting from this year, our conferences, workshops, seminars take place here. We no longer go to hotels, except if it is necessary.
Deborah Namamonde, Viola Nansuga.
The State Minister for Water, Aisha Sekindi, has warned Ugandans against vandalizing public facilities constructed by the government of Uganda to improve livelihoods of their citizens. Aisha Sekindi was in northern Uganda to commission 3 multi-billion water facilities constructed under the water supply and sanitation in refugee hosting communities in northern Uganda.
Amoro district is one of the refugee hosting communities in northern Uganda. Predominantly rural, with agriculture being the major livelihood activity, water has been one of their challenges.
From 2010, when the call for application started, the safe water coverage in the district was at 52%. But as I talk now, through Ministry of Water and our development partners, we are able to raise our safe water coverage from the 52 to now 82.
Guruguru and Lamogi are among the recent sub-counties in northern Uganda that received water and sanitation facilities under Phase 4 of water supply and sanitation in refugee hosting communities in northern Uganda. The facility includes construction of a borehole, pump station, a water office, and sanitation facilities in schools and trading centers. Locals whose households have been connected and those drawing from public standposts at trading centers express relief from walking long distances to access clean water.
We've been taking River Nile. Now these days we are very good. We are now filling this water.
Even with my small things in the garden, like greens, all these, sometimes when I want to plant, it will help me a lot.
While commissioning these facilities in Amoro, Obongi and Zombo Town Council, State Minister for Water Aisha Sekindi reiterated the ministry's commitment to supply safe and clean water to every household in Uganda.
It is Mz's directive that by the year 2030, we should have a water source per village. But for us as a ministry, we are looking forward to seeing that every compound has a water source by the year 2030.
Sekindi also warned against vandalizing government investments intended to improve livelihoods of people.
Mr. Government is not here to drink their water. Make sure that they work hard.
Zombo District Chairperson noted that the initiative could raise safe water coverage in Zombo Town Council by 20%. He says the district will also benefit the local service tax from the operator.
Public toilets, it will be also procured to private operator, and that money also will benefit our town council. And I thank the ministry for focusing on all our town or bigger urban areas.
Locals lauded the government for extending pipe water system closer to them.
So you keep up with our umbrella and pay. If you don't pay, then you run down the system, and then you miss the benefit of using safe water.
Northern Umbrella of Water received the facilities to operate with a pro-poor tariff. They work in rural areas as national water in major cities and towns. Area leaders also appealed to government to consider decommissioning non-functional boreholes that affect data on water coverage in northern Uganda. Some of the boreholes have since been abandoned at the IDP camps after the guns went silent in the region. Eddie Ulwa, UBC News. Well, congratulations, Karamoja, for that tremendous milestone.
The Minister of State for Works and Transport, Fred Byamukama, has encouraged journalists from the Teso and Karamoja sub-region to adopt the 4-acre model farming system instead of relying on solely the modest monthly salaries. Minister Fred Byamukama hosted over 100 journalists from radio, TV and print media from the Teso and Karamoja regions at his Kamanyire demo farms. The farm includes coffee and banana plantations, a dairy farm, pineapple farm, piggery and poultry operations.
During the visit, Minister Fred Byamukama emphasized the importance of income diversification through farming. He shared that his 4 enterprises generate a net profit of shillings 70 million per month, with the 37 workers earning between 200 and 500 shillings as their monthly salaries.
Another enterprise of dairy, another enterprise of coffee has also started giving us some money. Now we have gone 72 million net pay per month. From 55 million net pay per month to 72 million net pay per month because of these other enterprises like coffee, dairy. The enterprise also started giving us money. Currently, I'm employing 37 youth, 37 younger people. These are people just between the age of 33 to 40 who are also doing some good work. They are earning a living.
The Kakumiro Resident District Commissioner, retired Major David Matovo, and the Chibale Deputy RDC, Godfrey Kamagara, who also attended the study tour of Kamanyire Demo Farm, urged the journalists to adopt the 4-acre model farming system. They stressed the importance of diversifying sources of income rather than merely reporting on the enterprises of others for their benefit. The RDCs also thanked Minister Byamukama for being a role model leader to the public.
Come some of these places and see for themselves about transformation, especially what people are doing about the 4-acre model.
That's why Honorable Minister Fred Byamukama has managed to host these people of Teso, Karamoja sub-region, such that the message picked here can also go and the other people also share on it by transforming their lives and of course transforming the communities.
The journalists, led by Richard Owaruhanga from the Office of the President, represented over 10 districts from the Karamoja and Teso regions, including Nakapripirit, Moroto, Pader, Kabong, Karenga, Nabiratuk, Abim, Napak, Kotido, Amuria, Bukedea, Kabira Maido, Kapirabyong, Katakwi, Kumi, Ngora, and Serere. They expressed gratitude to President Museveni for sponsoring their study tour and mentioned that they had learned a great deal from Minister Byamukama. The journalists pledged to implement the knowledge gained from the tour in their respective regions.
We lag behind so much. So many things we lag behind. We grow potatoes. At the end of it, you're selling a bag of potatoes at 10,000 shillings. We have a lot of land there. Because if you look at these farms here, it is just a small land, but somebody is getting a lot of money out of that small land. We have land there that is wasted. We hire land out, and then you get like 100,000 for a season. At the end of it, that man doesn't even sustain you for like a month. So it is a whole lot of learning, it's a whole lot of experience, and this will help.
Everything can be done by any individual, especially in terms of farming. In this farm, I saw a number of enterprises, which enterprises are doable. For instance, planting pineapple doesn't require a lot of land, doesn't require a lot of labor, any other person can do.
This study tour follows closely after a similar visit by a group of youth and cattle rustlers from Karamoja, who toured Finance Minister Matthias Kasaija Chisombwa demonstration ranch in Mubende district just a week earlier.
The Banyarwanda community in Uganda is facing a critical issue regarding their citizenship status. Now, although they are listed as one of Uganda's 65 indigenous communities, many Banyarwanda are excluded from obtaining Ugandan citizenship due to stringent requirements introduced by the 1995 Constitution.
Under the current law, to be recognized as a citizen by birth, an individual must have had parents or grandparents who were residents of Uganda as of February 1st, 1926. This requirement has systematically excluded many Banyarwanda, leading to widespread calls for an urgent amendment to Article 10 of the 1995 Constitution.
Article 10 has got, it provides for, among others, cut-off points for those that must be Christian Ugandans, but Kinyarwanda speakers. Number one, that either of your parents must have been members of an indigenous ethnic community in Uganda as at 1st February 1926.
1st December we have been consulting Banyarwanda community on issues to do with the citizenship, trying to tell them the only solution we have is the amendment of Article 10, which excludes them from the Constitution. This is an article that was put into Ugandan Constitution in 1995, describing who is a citizen, excluding Banyarwanda as a tribe which had been recognized by the Constitution of 1962.
The Banyarwanda community urges that the proposed executive order to grant them citizenship rights is insufficient and legally ineffective. Without meaningful legal reform, the community risks being rendered stateless, further complicating issues surrounding national identity and citizenship.
If you were Catholic, Pope, you cannot comment about the Islamic faith because you don't understand it. Issues to do with the citizenship, it can be secondary. You get? But identity, you cannot subtract or add anything on identity.
The community contends that the 1995 Constitution intentionally excluded them by limiting citizenship recognition to those with ancestors who were in Uganda by 1926. This has left many Banyarwanda feeling marginalized and categorized as a stateless group despite being born in Uganda.
Because of this prevalence of Article 10 and probably the estoppel was established, you find that a Munyarwanda is a stateless person. They have no access to documentation that is legal in nature. No passports, national IDs, they can't open bank accounts, they are not eligible to participate in membership on Myoga, parish development mode and circles, because under the law it is forbidden for non-Ugandans. They are not eligible to ownership of Milo land, for example, and freehold systems of land, eternal systems of land. The Banyarwanda should not be eligible to own any. They are not eligible to even administer or execute marriage vows because they are Banyarwanda. Banyarwanda, once they remain stateless, would be non-persons. And in my opinion, then, obviously, we are creating an illegality.
The community is urging the government to address this issue and ensure their inclusion as full citizens under the Ugandan law. Charity Marion Imnat and Chris Pasarinitwe for UBC News.
Ugandan children have been crowned champions at the just concluded Enjoyai 2024 Global Finals in China. The team of 10 children from young engineers emerged as the winners out of other children from over 40 countries in different categories in prestigious artificial intelligence AI competitions.
Young Engineers Uganda team arrived yesterday from Shanghai, China in joyous mode after winning global champions at Enjoyai 2024 at prestigious artificial intelligence. The competition was held in China from the 12th to the 18th of December 2024. The Uganda team showcased talent, competing in galactic defense battle and earned recognition at the global stage. The students shared their experience on how they managed to be winners and how these competitions has exposed them to greater heights.
It was an amazing experience. We learned a lot and we are just very grateful to God that He enabled us to win, because for us to have participated for the very first time and beat other countries that have continuously participated over the past years was an incredible achievement. This competition has helped broaden our knowledge in science, technology, engineering and mathematics, which has helped us first of all understand different subjects we learn in school like physics, biology and math, and it has brightened our college applications, because if we want to apply to big Ivy League schools and they see that we've participated in such competitions, it's easy for us to get in. challenges I faced was, I think, my code changing overnight, because like one night the code is working and the next morning things are doing their own thing. But I feel like me and my teammates overcome all the challenges pretty well. My experience in China was very amazing. We saw new things, we met new people, we discovered different places like Disneyland and other tourist attractions in Shanghai.
The Student Scout revealed that they have more competitions coming up in robotics and other technological innovations, and noted that their programs better place students in the new curriculum.
Level curriculum, because it is project-based learning, problem-solving skills, and also to enhance the entrepreneurship skills. The competition we have just finished is basically autonomous, where it's not controlled, so the students get to work on the problem and make the robot, and then it accomplishes different tasks without touching it as it is. And also we have a competition in UK in June, and also underwater robotics also around July. But we also have Pan-African robotics competitions also in July. This one takes place in Senegal.
Parents of some of the students advised fellow parents to embrace and enroll their children in such programs for their better development.
In China, there are over 3,000 schools that actually teach this AI program. Imagine a 2-3-year-old, as early as 3 years old, someone is working with robotics. How are they going to compete with our child who is actually just joining university without even the knowledge of what this robotics is all about? So I want to encourage parents, bring your children. The exposure out there is amazing. I was so impressed by seeing how our Ugandan children were able to compete with children from all over the world and emerging winners.
The African School of Innovations, Science and Technology has developed unique abilities and potential for children by offering enriched education programs.
Ladies and gentlemen, technology is here and for all of us. Now, the police have also issued a warning to all those, particularly the youth, who engage in the sale and consumption of drugs during the festive season. This message was conveyed by the Deputy Police Spokesperson for Kampala Metropolitan, Luke Owesigire, during a press conference with the Minister for Youth, Balam Atieni Barugahara, held in Kampala.
During the previous festive seasons, the police has recorded numerous cases of drug abuse, particularly among the youths in entertainment spots, where they engage in activities such as shisha smoking and using marijuana among other drugs. Many of those arrested during the police operations have been youths, with some caught consuming drugs, while others were found selling drugs in these locations. As the festive season approaches, Kampala Metropolitan Police has warned the youths in particular that those caught consuming or dealing drugs in entertainment places will face the legal consequences.
Things to do with drugs, if you're found with drugs, there will be access control. We shall be checking everyone. We are specifically also making a lookout for areas that really deal in areas that are frequented by drug addicts. We are looking out at areas that people that deal in drugs, people that are planting these drugs. All those operations are ongoing. So if you find with any illegal item, illicit drugs, you will be detained, and the Central Police Station is very much nearby, and I believe we have a lot of space.
Owesigire also urged Ugandans to comply with regulations that will be enforced during Christmas and the festive season days to ensure there are no disruptions.
And make sure that you desist from parking on the roadside, because your car is not safe. And at the end of the day, if it becomes a hindrance to our traffic flow, we shall be impounding it and parking it at Central Police Station. And we appeal to you to follow the guidelines that will be put in place by traffic. The police will be finding at the entrance, and also
he reassured the public that security will be maintained throughout the Kampala metropolitan areas during the festive season, but emphasized the need for people to watch out for one another.
We have also planned earlier by way of having security operations within the city center, and specifically the CBD. to make sure that we weed out the suspects that are on our watch list of criminals. We have planned for all of that, and our crime intelligence component is on the lookout for all criminals within the Kampala metropolitan area, and also on that very specific day, teams will be deployed specifically to look for them and make sure that there is no person who will be affected by any criminal activity.
The State Minister for Youth, Balam Aten Balugahara, warned youth against engaging in criminal activities during the holiday season.
Avoid snuffing fuel, and also should avoid joining criminal gangs moving around Kampala or the city suburbs, terrorizing people, grabbing phones, hitting them on the head. Let us focus on promoting a peaceful city.
Minister Balam also advised musicians to be mindful of their attire and language while performing entertainment venues during the festive season. The press conference held at Sheraton Hotel in Kampala highlighted one of the key entertainment venues where revelers will celebrate Christmas.
Have the normal annual events on Christmas. Some venues have Christmas. Personally, I've organized at Resort Beach on Boxing Day and at Akamwesi Mall.
It is one of those events that will be held within the city and will be characterized by a show of fireworks, which I can inform you that by now the venue has already secured that permit.
Deborah Namamonde, Ivan Juko, UBC News.
The absence of sign language interpreters in health facilities and other essential services has hindered communication and access to care for persons with people living with hearing impairment. This was highlighted by various stakeholders during a dialogue aimed at discussing how people with hearing impairments can better access services in their communities, particularly in the area of sexual and reproductive health.
According to the Uganda Bureau of Statistics, WBOS, over 12.4% population in Uganda live with a disability, with approximately 1 million people being deaf, representing 3% of the total population. At the International Conference on Population and Development, the government of Uganda committed to protect persons living with disabilities in all forms. While laws and policies have been put in place to protect people with disabilities, there are still significant gaps in implementing these laws. This is particularly evident for persons with hearing impairments who face challenges accessing services due to communication barriers.
At one time, we carried out a research. When we looked at our participants, the youngest were about 15. 99.5% had about SRH, but they were challenged and they couldn't access.
But we were looking at levels on carrying on sexual reproductive health rights and needs in schools. But however, this was stopped or delayed due to the sexual education policy.
Although some health facilities have attempted to provide sign language interpreters, this effort is often hindered by various challenges.
Towards deaf persons per se, when you go to hospital, like Shakira was talking this morning, the medical practitioners do not serve us because they don't know sign language. They think the deaf persons, for lack of a better word, we are stupid. And that also is tailored towards the local names that they baptize people like me. You go to hospital.
But the biggest issue that we first had, that when a deaf client would come to the facility, because people would only call names or numbers that are assigned to them, so that meant that this person, because doesn't hear, will sit there and wait the whole day.
These concerns were raised by civil society organizations advocating for the rights of persons living with disabilities during the stakeholders dialogue. The dialogue held in Kampala was organized by the Uganda National Association of the Deaf.
As they are going to access these services, it is their right to choose which interpreter should I go with, and this comes with trust. And I will request our clients, the deaf people, please, health is very important. Make sure you choose the right sign language interpreter when you are going to access these services.
You need to specialize as sign language interpreters so that by the time the person needs those services, they need an interpreter that is specialized in a specific area. If you're going for a conference, who do you pick?
Participants are now calling for the availability of sign language interpreters to ensure that persons living with hearing impairments have better access to the care they need.
Saying that we need to build the capacity both in service and in school SRH workers, including police officers and Ugandan Sign Language. So we need to bring on board service providers, the nurses, the doctors.
We need to influence policy reforms. And this can be done through, because we have processes of budgeting. There are the budget conferences that will be carried out.
During the dialogue, stakeholders also discussed the way forward on how to address these crucial issues. The need for effective implementation of the existing laws and policies was further emphasized.
Of course, we are advocating for the national health insurance. This one we cannot sort out without it. I've looked at the NDP4. It's one of government priorities in National Development Plan 4.
So areas of sexuality needs to be addressed, and issues to do with the advocacy into special schools, advocacy in mainstream schools.
Deborah Namamonde, UBC News.
So the thing is just behind.
Winning requires the stamina of a lion. But most importantly, it requires that you carry that water up the top of the hill. However, you must use a spoon. Take the water now. We go, run, climb up the hill. 72 spoons. Faster, go, go. Winning is hard, but with MTN Momo, it's easy. Simply pay or shop with Momo for a chance to win mobile money every day. Use the Momo app or dial *165*3#.
Uganda, the festive season is here. It's time to dream big for those holiday vibes, play joyfully for perfect celebrations, and win moments that bring happiness into the new year.
I'm a my brother.
I'm a too. Whether you're dreaming with your family, playing under the Ugandan sun, or celebrating with loved ones, let joy, love, and laughter guide you this festive season.
I'm almost home, Chacha.
Every ticket is your chance to make this holiday even brighter.
Big gift, I promise you.
Stay safe, spread kindness, and let the spirit of play light up your holidays with magic and joy in 2025. Happy Holidays, Uganda, from Ituba, the proud operator of the Uganda National Lottery.
There is myths that so many of you live by. If your eye is twitching, it means you're going to see someone you like. If it shines and rains at the same time, a leopard is giving birth. If your hand is itching, it means you're going to get money. If you see an owl, it means somebody's gonna die. If you hear of a disease outbreak, just know it is in a village district at the border next to some suspicious country. You will want to scratch that last myth. Because Mpox is in 19 districts and Kampala is among with dozens of cases, please stop going around checking anyone's hand. Mpox kills. Protect your loved ones.
Welcome back. You're still watching the UBC News Tonight. We now take you into the world of business. Sino-Uganda Mbale Industrial Park, in partnership with the Mbale Regional Blood Bank, has launched a blood donation campaign with the goal of collecting over 2,000 units of blood to address blood shortages, especially during the festive season. Now, according to Laurent Zhang, the park's administration manager, the campaign is designed to ensure the regional blood bank is enough to meet the needs of Ugandans, particularly during the holiday period when road accidents tend to increase. The park has donated non-food relief items worth over 30 million Ugandan shillings to victims of the Bulambuli landslides, as these details share with us.
Christmas draws nearer. Sino Industrial Park in Mbale has launched a blood donation campaign aimed at equipping the regional blood bank with sufficient blood supplies for health facilities. The park administration manager, Laurent Zhang, shared that all workers at the park have embraced the campaign and urged other Ugandans to join in the effort.
We think no matter you are from China or you're from whichever part of the world where we're human beings, we're the same blood, we're supposed to love each other, to try our best to help to save others people's life. So that's why I have decided to call the district blood bank to come to the park, to start from us, to start from me myself. Okay, that is our responsibility, and that is what we are doing, and that is what the park is doing. And this is not the first time, and they won't be the last time.
The Mbale Regional Blood Bank manager, Dr. Bumba Ahmed, explained that the need for blood is especially critical during the festive season as accidents tend to spike.
In Mbale region, on a daily basis, we need about 180 to 200 units of blood. With the number of workers here, which is over 7,000, we have a target of collecting about 2,500 units of blood from this place. So this bulk of blood we shall get from this industrial park is going to go a long way in helping us to make sure that we don't have any shortage.
The blood donation campaign was attended by Mbale Industrial City Legislator Karim Masaba, who encouraged fellow leaders and citizens to follow his example and donate blood.
I'm able to donate blood, which is going to be used to save someone out there who is in need. And I call upon each and everyone out there to take up this initiative. You come and donate blood. Make it a regular habit to donate blood, because each and every day a lot of blood is needed in the country.
In line with this corporate social responsibility, the park also donated non-food relief items to the victims of the Bulambuli landslides. These items were handed over to the Inzu Yabama Saba Cultural Institution, which had requested the support.
We wrote to the management here, apparently, a letter which I brought submitted, and I'm very happy to report that management was receptive, which has eventually resulted into this.
I'm very sure we've had a number of disasters within the region, but Industrial Park has never missed on any of them. We want to thank you.
Story compiled by Muhammad Iga for UBC News.
To be a winner, you must have the discipline of a tiger. But when fueled with MTN Momo, winning is easy. Simply get your phone and use the Momo app or dial *165*3#, enter merchant code, enter amount, enter your Momo PIN, and pay. Congratulations! Your car is happy, and now you stand a chance to win mobile money with MTN Momo.
This is so much smoke. How you doing? My friends told me about an affordable solution. They're called Greenergy BioStore. Very clean and very safe. Let me call them right away.
Go.
Wow, can you believe these beans are ready in just 45 minutes?
Greenergy ethanol stoves and fuel. Enjoy cleaner, healthier and affordable cooking. Cook your food in less than 2,000 shillings per day. No charcoal. Stop deforestation. We are looking for agents across Uganda. Greenergy, Bible Corner.
Welcome back, and now in the world of sports, the 2024-25 Bet Power Futsal Super League continued its action on Friday night as match day 7 showcased exciting developments. Crown Lubiri maintained their unbeaten start to the season, while Mengo City extended their impressive winning streak to 5 consecutive matches. Below are some of the highlights from the night's action.
Crown Lubiri secured their 6th victory of the season, maintaining their unbeaten record with a convincing 5-2 victory over Busuji Sparks on Friday night. This victory saw the Somali side move to 19 points after 7 games, 1 point ahead of their nearest competitors, defending champions Park FC. Mengo City's impressive form continued as they came from behind to beat Edgar's youth program 8-3. This victory marked their 5th consecutive win in 7 matches, solidifying their place as one of the top teams in the league.
We hope to win the title this season. We're playing really well. We've won the last 5 games with quite a couple of goals. I think we're the highest scoring team in the tournament as of now. We have the highest number of goals in the tournament. About the Edgar's game, Edgar's is last on the log. So it's a game I think everyone expected to come and comfortably win. Unfortunately, after first half, there was a very big scare. No one expected that. But the boys concentrated and turned up pretty well in the second half. So we managed to win, yeah, with a good goal difference. The game was good.
A special guest in attendance, Ambrose Okong, the head of marketing at Share Petroleum, expressed his admiration for the talent on display, particularly from the Mengo team. He highlighted the high level of skill exhibited by the players, noting that the talent in the Uganda futsal scene is flourishing.
I am very happy to come and witness the futsal game. I've been always watching it on YouTube, but I didn't know that it was an interesting tournament in the country. And as Shire Petroleum, we shall continue backing up the team, Mengo City. I have seen these young boys; they're very strong, they are very enthusiastic, and I have seen that they have a talent which bring them together to really make sure that Mengo City achieve the goals and objectives that they have set forefront of this tournament.
In an earlier match, Park FC secured their first clean sheet of the season with a 4-0 win over Nasna Aska. Goalkeeper Brian Drileba expressed his satisfaction with the team's performance, which ensured a dominant result.
For the boys also who have given all what they can to win this game, we have won 4-0. We came with our confidence of last season. Today's strategy of getting a clean sheet was I had to keep my confidence. In a way that I had to concentrate on the game, focus, since the game was also tough. So I had to keep the confidence high, communicating with my defenders so that they don't make any mistake, because football is a game of mistake. Any mistake you make, you get punished.
Kaboa Dream Team and Chisenyi FC both returned to winning ways, defeating Kisi Mbarara and Kabusu Clouds respectively. Kisugu FC earned their first victory of the season with a hard-fought 4-3 win over Lubaga Gramin. Marsha Miro Victor, UBC News.
And that brings us to the end of our news tonight. Thank you very much for being a lovely audience, and see you tomorrow.